Faisal. Today, we are going to explore an engaging drama technique called freeze frame using the well-known children's story, The Boy Who Cried Wolf. First, what is freeze frame? Let's break it down. A good way to understand freeze frame is to think of it as the pressing the pause button on a remote control, taking a snapshot or creating a living statue. It's like freezing a moment in time during a performance. These frozen images can quickly be created without much discussion, or they can be carefully planned and rehearsed to communicate specific ideas or tell a story. In freeze frame, participants can represent not only people but also objects or abstract concepts like emotions. For instance, someone could freeze to express fear, happiness, or anger without uttering a word. This technique is especially helpful for shy students as there are no lines to memorize. Give them the chance to gain confidence through physical expression alone. What makes the freeze frame even more exciting in classroom setting is the interaction it allows with the audience. During the paused moment, the audience can ask questions to the frozen characters, exploring what they are thinking or feeling in the exact moment. For example, they might ask, "Why did you do that?" Or "What's going through your mind right now?" This interaction encourages students to reflect deeply on the characters' emotions, motivations, and actions, fostering critical thinking and language use. Today, we will demonstrate how freeze frame works in an ESL classroom by acting out scenes from The Boy Who Cried Wolf and exploring how students can engage with the technique to enhance both their language skills and understanding of the story. So, The Boy Who Cried Wolf is a story about a young shepherd who is given the responsibility to watch over the village's sheep. One day, feeling bored and seeking attention, he cries, "Wolf!" even though there is no wolf. The villagers rush to help but realize they have been fooled. The boy does several times until finally, when a wolf appears, the villagers no longer believe him. The boy learns the hard way that lying destroys trust. Now, we will act out 3 key scenes from this story using freeze frame, and we will invite our students to interact with the characters by asking them questions during these moments. Now, I'll act out an example scene using the freeze frame technique so that you all can understand it better. So, let's start with the first scene where the boy is bored and decided to trick the villagers by shouting "Wolf!" when there is no danger. This is a moment where we can use freeze frame to explore the motivations behind the boy's action and the villagers' reaction. So, okay, imagine I'm the boy. So now the boy stands on the hill, looking bored and frustrated, which is quite guilty. He wants attention. So he suddenly shouts, "Wolf! Wolf!" Now the villagers startle, begin to panic and rush towards the boy to help. Now, the boy freezes in a pose with his hand cupped around his mouth, as if still shouting. Now, as the audience, what are the questions that you all can ask the boy? Why did you shout wolf? What do you want to achieve? So, as in character, I'm the boy, I might respond as I want to see what would happen. I'm bored and I thought it would be fun to see the villagers react. Okay, now we'll see in the point of view of the villagers. We are going to freeze the frame where the villagers freeze in the mid-run, looking startled and worried. Now, what kind of questions that you all can ask? What are you thinking as you run towards the boy? So, as a villager, I might respond, I'm worried. If there are wolves, we need to protect our sheep immediately. We trust the boy to warn us. So, now this is the example scene that you all can act it out later. Now, I would like to ask our students to act it out the scene that I have demonstrated just now. So, for the first scene, we would like to call out the boy and the villager and the sheep. So the first scene where the boy is bored and decided to trick the villagers by shouting wolf when there is no danger. This moment where we can use the freeze frame as I did just now. Okay, so the boy stands on the hill looking bored and frustrated with his quiet duty. He wants attention, so he suddenly shouts, "Wolf! Wolf!" The villagers, startled, begin to panic and rush toward the boy to help. Freeze! As an audience, what are the questions that we can ask the boy and the villager? Yes, Risha?
Why did you shout wolf? What did you want to achieve?
Well, I just wanted to know what would be the villagers' reaction because I'm mischievous.
So, what are the other questions that we can ask the villager?
What are you thinking when you run towards the boy?
I'm worried. If there's a wolf, we need to protect our sheep immediately. We trust the boy to warn us.
Okay, a good job. That's all for scene 1. Now we will move on to the scene 2 where the villagers realize they've been tricked. Next, where the villagers arrive only to find out there is no wolf. The boy is laughing at them and they realize they have been tricked. This is a moment that teaches an important lesson about trust. The villagers arrive out of breath and concern when they see there is no wolf. The boy started laughing, clearly enjoying his prank. The villagers react with anger and frustration. Freeze! Now, in the freeze moment, when the villagers have just realized there's no wolf and the boy is doubled over in laughter, the villagers are standing still with expression of frustration, confusion and anger. Now, as the audience, what are the questions that we can ask the boy and the villager?
Why are you laughing? Do you think this is funny?
Well, I do think it is funny because I wanted to see their expressions when they are panicked. I mean, I didn't mean no harm, but it was fun to see them running.
So what are the questions that we can ask the villager?
How do you feel now when you know there's no wolf?
I am angry. I trusted the boy to tell the truth. Now, I'm not sure if I can believe him anymore.
Now we will move on to scene 3. Finally, when the boy regrets. This is when the real wolf appears and the boy once again cries for help. But this time no one believes him. The boy sees the wolf approaching the sheep and panics. He started shouting,
Wolf!
but no one comes to his aid. The villagers are ignoring him, thinking it's another trick. The wolf gets closer to the sheep and the boy begins to regret his early actions. Now, in this freeze moment, where the wolf has already attacked the sheep, now the villagers are just watching it. Freeze. Now, as an audience, what are the questions that we can ask the villager, the boy, or the dead sheep?
How do you feel now? Do you regret what you did earlier?
Yes, I really regret my fault. I should have not fooled the villagers because if I wouldn't have fooled, they would have come to my aid. But now, my sheep is dead.
How do you feel?
I'm so sad.
Why aren't you helping the boy this time?
He lied too many times. I don't believe him when he said there's danger.
The freeze frame technique in storytelling offers a multitude of benefits, particularly in education settings like primary ESL classrooms. One of the key advantages is that it enhances students' comprehension by allowing them to pause and focus on specific moments in a story. This reflective pause gives students the opportunity to analyze the emotions, actions, and key elements of the plot, helping them to understand the narrative more deeply. In addition, freeze frame encourages critical thinking, as students are prompted to think about what might happen next, consider alternative outcomes, and explore characters' motivations at a given moment in the story. This helps in developing their inferencing and analytic skills, which are essential for language acquisition. Furthermore, the technique promotes active participation, transforming students from passive listeners into active participants. By physically creating still images that depict moments from the story, students are more engaged in the learning process, making the lesson dynamic and memorable. Freeze frame also significantly improves language skills as students are encouraged to describe the frozen scenes, express what the characters might be thinking or feeling, and use descriptive language to communicate effectively. This helps expand their vocabulary and improve sentence structure, contributing to overall language proficiency. Additionally, freeze frame fosters collaboration, particularly when used in a group setting. Students must communicate and work together to create and interpret the frozen scene, which enhances their social interaction and teamwork skills. As they collaborate, they develop communication strategies, learn to listen to others' perspectives, and build cooperative relationships with their peers. Emotional expressions is another key benefit of the freeze frame technique. By embedding different characters and situations, students are able to explore and express a range of emotions, which not only helps in their language learning, but also fosters emotional intelligence and empathy. This emotional exploration allows students to connect with the story on a deeper level, making their language learning experience more meaningful. Lastly, the technique improves focus and discipline as students are required to hold their poses during the freeze, developing concentration and self-control. This kind of discipline is transferable to other areas of learning, helping students become more attentive and disciplined in their overall academic performance. The freeze frame technique, therefore, is an invaluable tool in storytelling, offering a rich, interactive learning experience that builds language proficiency, critical thinking, social skill, and emotional awareness. In conclusion, freeze frame is a powerful technique that allows us to pause and explore the key moments in a story. By engaging with the characters and asking questions, we gain a deeper understanding of their emotions and motivations. It is a wonderful tool for ESL classroom because it encourages students to use language, express emotions, and analyze stories in a creative way. With the story of the boy who cried wolf, we have learned about the importance of trust and honesty and how breaking the trust can lead to serious consequences. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you all enjoyed exploring the freeze frame technique, and I encourage you to try it out in your own teaching. That's all from me. Thank you.